Welcome back. In this tutorial, let's learn more about VLOOKUP formula. The VLOOKUP formula performs a vertical lookup by searching for a value in the first column of a table and returning the value in the same row in the index number position. The VLOOKUP function is a built-in function in Excel that is categorized as a lookup reference function. VLOOKUP is one of the lookup and reference function when you need to find things in a table or a range by row. For example, look up a price of a product by the product name. In its simplest form, the lookup function says equals VLOOKUP, open bracket, value you want to look up, comma, range where you want to look up the value, comma, the column number in the range containing the return value, and close bracket. VLOOKUP is also called a vertical lookup. VLOOKUP only looks right. VLOOKUP retrieves data based on column number. When you use VLOOKUP, imagine that every column in the table is numbered, starting from the left. To get a value from a particular column, simply supply the appropriate number as the column index. Now, let's try getting the details like first name, last name, email ID and country using ID. In this example, we have headers like ID, first name, last name, email and country. We have criteria headers like search by ID, search by first name. Now, let's try this. When a user enters ID as 1 in the search by idea criteria, we get the result stating first name as Chris, last name as Matt, email ID as chris@gmail.com and the country as United States. When a user enters ID as 5 in the search by ID criteria, we get this result stating first name as Jack, last name as Wells, email ID as jack@gmail.com and the country as Switzerland. In the next search criteria, when a user enters first name as James in the search bar, we get the result stating first name as James, last name as Patron, email ID as james@gmail.com and the country as Malaysia. Now, let's see how it's done. In row 07, type the formula equals VLOOKUP, open bracket, select the value you want to look for, comma, select the range where you want to look for, comma, and input the column number in the range containing the return value, comma, insert 0 to get the exact result, close bracket. Now, replicate the same in the remaining 3 columns by changing the column number in the range containing the return value. Now, if we enter the ID number as 1, we get the details of Chris like first name, last name, email ID and country. If we enter ID number as 15, we get the details of Peter like first name, last name, email ID and country. Now, let's try one more time. In row P14, type the formula equals VLOOKUP, open bracket, select the value you want to look for, comma, select the range where you want to look for, comma, and input the column number in the range containing the return value, comma, insert 0 to get the exact result. Now, replicate the same in remaining 3 columns by changing the column number in the range containing the return value. Simple, isn't it? Welcome back. Now, in this tutorial, let's learn more about Excel formula HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP is also called as horizontal lookup and performs a horizontal lookup by searching for a value in the top row of the table and returning the value in the same column based on the index number. The HLOOKUP function is a built-in function in Excel that is categorized as a lookup reference function. In this example, we have 5 headers like products, unit price, quantity, total sales, and country. We are going to look up heading values based on the products like mobile, TV, AC, and heater. Now let's try the formula. In row L16, type the formula equal to HLOOKUP, open bracket, click on row L12, comma, select the data range as L2 to 06, comma, index number as 2, comma, 0 to get an exact match. Now close bracket. Let's repeat this 3 more times with a change in the index number as 3, 4 and 5. Now, if we enter mobile in the L12 column, we get corresponding unit price, quantity, total sales and country. Now, let's enter TV in the L12 column. We get corresponding unit price, quantity, total sales and country. When we have data in thousands of rows, this function is a time saver. Simple, isn't it?